this question, the light diffract when it enter a telescope. So we have a telescope. When the light enter a telescope, it diffract. Diffraction means spreading out. This causes the image to be blurred slightly. Because of a diffraction, image will become blur. The amount of a diffraction depends on the diameter of the hole which the light enter and the wavelength of the light. Which combination of a diameter and the wavelength will result in the sharpest image? Because of diffraction, the image become blur. If I need the sharp image, I need least blur, so I need minimum diffraction. Remember one thing, we have a maximum diffraction happen. The diffraction will occur maximum when the wavelength is longer. Usually, the wavelength is longer and the gap is smaller. That is a maximum diffraction. We want a minimum diffraction. So if I want a minimum diffraction, what I want the wavelength, I want the wavelength to be short and I want the gap to be large. So which one? We have a large gap and a shorter wavelength. So option B, that larger diameter and a shorter wavelength will reduce the diffraction because we want to minimize the diffraction. Maximum diffraction when the wavelength is longer and the gap is smaller. And it is actually maximum when they're equal to each other. But in general, longer wavelength diffract more, smaller gaps diffract, cause more diffraction. Yes, in the how we know sharpest image means the minimum diffraction? Because they mention here in the question. Because of a diffraction, the image become blur. How do we know we need a least diffraction? As you read the question, the light diffracted when it enter a telescope, this cause the image to be blurred. So because of the diffraction, the image become blurred. So because of a diffraction, it become blur. We want to minimize the diffraction. So if we want to minimize the diffraction, we should use a shorter wavelength and the larger gap to minimize this diffraction.